we're still at 1.7. These are going to be very specialized. The most important kind of little equation that we'll have to deal with. So we're going to spend extra time working on it. Okay? So these are going to be all solved for y. It's not a great title, but they're all going to basically take the form of this. This is maybe a better title. Well, let's do it right. Okay. So we're going to solve for y. They're going to be in a form like this. We're going to change up this form a little bit, but we're going to have special ones that we're going to do all year long that are going to be like this. So we'll just start out with one. Can there be fractions? Yes. Is there going to be a fraction in this first one? No. But will there be one in the second one? So we're going to solve for y, all of these. So what do we think we need to do? If I'm solving for y, I just need to get rid of this. Okay, order technically doesn't matter. Just get used to that this is how you're going to see it. And the more you get used to seeing it like this, the easier it is. Basically, the variable is the most important, so why not put it in front? Is that how it's supposed to work? The most important is in front? That's how it works at the theme parks, right? You get the special, you pay extra for the fast pass, you get to go in front, right? Is that how it works? Because apparently you're a VIP, you're the most important. And then everybody that you pass in line gives you the dirty look, right? They don't think you're very important at all. Some of them might even have some choice words for you. Okay. But in math, we don't care about that. We care more about the variables, the most interesting, so you put it in front. Okay, that's that. Let's make one harder. That one's boring. This one is going to have a fraction. I'm going to show you how to do that. This is going to probably start the same way, isn't it? And by the time we have to use this in class, hopefully we're really good at it, and so it's like, nah, no big deal. So we're going to practice this a little bit now so we can get really good at it. First step, it's going to be repetitive. Oops. And this is probably the next step is I've got to divide, right? Okay. Technically, this is correct. But we want to do something more to it. And so I'm going to tell you what to do more to it. The big fraction bar, this is kind of, the big fraction bar is basically the distributive property of division. It's kind of how it is. There's another way to write this that it makes it the same as the distributive property. So we're going to use it like the distributive property. So I'm going to do negative 5 divided by 3. It's just a fraction, isn't it? I'll leave it alone. What's 9 divided by 3? Okay, this is what we want to get. Some of you probably recognize why we want to get it like that. If you don't worry about it. Because for now, we're just trying to get it like that. Okay, we're going to do another one. And again, they might have fractions. It's okay. I bet you I'm going to start the same way every single time. So if you can recognize that, that's going to make your life easier. If you can recognize the pattern, it's going to make yourself easier. This is very pattern driven. Once we get this down, when we actually use it, it will make sense why we need to know the pattern. Basically, my goal is to only have one new thing at a time, and that way you can focus on the new thing. All right, this is kind of a miserable answer is what it's going to be. Okay, negative, this cancels, so I get y equals. And a negative 4 divided by a negative 3, that's just going to be a fraction, isn't it? But it's going to be positive because a negative divided by negative is a positive. 5 divided by negative 3, that's also a fraction. Okay, see how I did that? Okay. Let's look at the first problem on this worksheet. By first problem, I'm talking about number 17. Let's get it done. This might be so easy it's difficult. Oftentimes, that's what it is. Okay, first step is probably, well, let's pretend there's a 1 there, because there is. So I need to subtract 1x from both sides. I don't have to do that. I do like to put those little, so you know that there's technically a number. What do I do now? I'm going to divide by negative 1, right? So I'm going to get y equals, what's negative 1 divided by negative 1? Positive 1. I don't have to write the positive 1. What's negative 6 divided by negative 1? Positive 6, right? I'm done. Okay. Keep on working.